Eric, to the best of your memory, can you describe what happened last session, including the arrest, the council meeting, and the academy?
Uh, like I said, I primarily remember spending a long time figuring out how magic doors work. They do not work how you think they would work. And then we got in and found out we were all too stupid to actually be there.
Okay, that was the academy, but what about the council meeting?
The council meeting. That was the session before, I think, Logan.
It was the same session.
I feel like that was the session before this one. Because I remember we left, we got introduced to the guy who instructed our last characters before they died. I remember the guy who was studying the infection, was it Logan?
Yeah.
We got introduced to him.
Yeah. You met Push in the
Push.
Council meeting.
Yes, Push stands out to me. We met him for the first time with this party. And then we learned it was a bad deal. We turned in our quest.
Did we get money?
Yes.
We did.
A lot of money.
How much money?
I don't remember.
Does anyone else remember?
Did you write down, Chris? I think?
Don't. I know that I divided it up.
Okay. So because I sprung it on you, I'll go ahead and give the rest of the recap. But next time, we're going to roll the dice again.
Oh, no.
Hi, buddy.
Pop quiz. All right. You guys left the Green Dragon Inn. Meepo was arrested outside and taken to the dungeons. The rest of the party then went to the council building. When they walked in, there was a lot of scribe work going on. Long line for the meeting. When they finally got their turn with the council meeting, they told what was going on. There was, on the player side, there was a slight bit of confusion. Was it vampires or was it plants that drove the orcs out? It was plants.
We just happened to run into vampires.
Yes.
Just happened.
They talked about, they gave them their reward. There was some talk amongst the council about what they're going to do next. Someone said, well, we got to make sure all the trees are gone. We'll send the scouts. And when you left, Push caught up to Katya and commented on the armor. Do you remember what Push told you to ask for, Eric?
Oh, about the armor, getting it repaired?
About who it used to belong to.
Used to belong to. Remember, it was a really famous dude that none of us had known.
Cool. This is because
Dragon. Was he a Dragon Slayer, Logan?
Yeah, his name was Markon. You don't really know what he did.
I thought he had some title or something with him. Just Markon to something or another. I thought we learned more about his. He had a title, I thought.
He said, ask anybody in a bar.
Cool.
Then you guys left the council building, went to the academy. That's where you had the trouble with doors.
Trouble with doors.
You met one of the entry people. They showed you some magic. They told you a little bit of history about like why they study magic the way they do. Yes, none of you have the intelligence to multi-class into wizard.
Except me.
Yeah, except Meepo.
Who's not going to do it?
Boy, oh boy.
So now, as you guys have left the White Spire, Lou, Katya, Levi, and Click are all in the courtyard. And that's where we begin.
How much money did we gain so I can know my portion?
1,000 gold pieces.
That's right.
So 200.
Thank you. Gonna just put that into my inventory real quick.
Yes, sir. Enjoy your shiny.
I will enjoy my shiny. Okay, now I'm good.
Actually, you have 50 less gold because we weren't here. We, as a party, was talking about everybody contributing at least 50 to kind of help me pay for the diamond dust.
That is reasonable.
And then I was going to cover the extra 100.
Understood. Hi, Cooper. I'm gonna get you.
So do we still need to go get your diamond dust, I guess, then?
Yes, you
Yes.
do.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
think you're in jail, aren't you?
He is.
Meepo is in jail, but Eric can play as Lou, so he's still with the party.
Yes, I was with Lou going through the fancy doors.
Sounds good. Yeah, so let's see here. I know I want to buy, and I say this in character. I know that I'm planning on getting the diamond dust. I also believe I need to get some new armor, seeing how my armor was never fixed. So, is there anything else that you all need to look at?
I think we should get health potions.
I remember those being very expensive for what they do.
We kind of need them.
Hopefully, we shouldn't need too many of them, though.
That's true.
We have a healer.
We have 2 healers.
So,
2 healers. So I'm not really too worried about it, but
just
It would
about
still be
that-
nice to have it as like an emergency.
yeah.
The
I
only
could go
thing, the only thing I'd be interested in is like if there was a magic item or something.
Is there any particular magic item you're looking for?
Probably anything that I couldn't afford.
hey, Logan, what kind of cell is Meepo being kept in?
Are you asking this as Meepo?
Well, I'm asking you about Meepo.
Meepo remembers he was kept in a regular cell.
Like, do I have bars and a window?
Don't fall. Are you gonna fall? I was really confused as to why it was so quiet, but I'm glad to have come back to see you were still whispering.
Yes, just it was a whisper. Thank goodness, not a disconnect.
Got
Nah,
worried.
he jinxed it. How could you?
Huh.
It's why I like video, so that way we can like tell. Anyway,
This is why Discord is better. We don't have these issues.
No, but I had a lot of issues when I used Discord with my other group I play with.
yeah. I mean, I do enjoy the map feature on Roll20. So where do you all go first?
Well, I suppose to give everybody some time to think about what they really want. If we want to travel as a group, y'all are more than welcome to come with me, but I'm going to head over to Beatles and Baubles.
Lou has no reason not to go.
I
I'm
will
coming
go
with.
with
And I don't
you.
want to spend Lou's money without his permission.
We can pretend we have Meepo's money with us.
Meepo's money is
Oh.
indisposed.
Is it though? Or were we able to collect Meepo's items?
No, you didn't get his items.
Oh.
And we did tell him because there is a fine that he'll have to pay, so we told him to go ahead and take it out of his bag.
Meepo is currently in the process of facing persecution.
Facing prostitution?
Persecution.
Why was Meepo arrested again?
He committed burglary.
Allegedly.
And there were
Allegedly.
witnesses.
Understood.
Allegedly. Meepo maintains his innocence.
I didn't life form because he snuck into the room you and I were sleeping in, and it had me heal him.
Oh yeah, apparently Cat's a heavy snorer.
I can believe it.
So you head over to Beetles and Bobbles. It's you're in the midday at this point. The crowds are just bustling through. You almost have to weave your way through these crowds. Using the directions of the young fellow from the Green Dragon Inn, you Click mostly leading the way. He finds a door with a plain sign above it, Beetles and Bobbles. Across the street, you do see a more intricate door. It's with green on it that says Elanastos. There's various other shops along the way.
I will try this one first. So I pull. I don't think Click has ever been here, so he doesn't really know which one to go into. He will go into the right door first.
Okay. On your right side, you did see an empty glass jar. When you walk in, there is a series of parallel shelves that leads back to a counter. There's a lively-looking elven woman with blonde hair cut to her shoulder. In her little lap, she has a little brown. I think it's called a Scottish Terrier. She's petting it gently.
Wait, there are Scots in this D&D campaign?
There are dogs.
We met the dog before. I used to...
Terrier. So that tells me that Scotland exists in this campaign.
It looks like a Scottish Terrier. You would call it a falk. Let me look at my map. A whatever terrier.
It's a little rat dog.
Did we ever go to Beebles and Balls before with these characters?
No.
Not with these
No, I
characters.
didn't think so. Okay.
I think Click just heard about it when asking about getting an opal.
It's a Kelmer Terrier.
Okay. Got me bummed. I was really excited.
Ah, it's Jula.
Mm-hmm.
I found my notes.
Nice.
How can I help you?
Yeah, I might be in the wrong store, but I'm looking for jewelry.
Jewelry. Okay. Finished jewelry for as ingredients for magical components or alchemical.
Yes,
goods?
that one. I need it for magical components.
Oh yes. We have some coarse ground diamond dust. We have whole diamonds as well. If you're looking for that.
Yes, I need some crushed diamonds.
Okay, that's not a problem. How much do you need?
300 gold worth.
All right. Excellent choice. Will anyone else be needing anything before I step into the back?
Do you have any magic things that a sorcerer could use?
It's very generic.
Well,
Yeah,
we have many magic things. Could you be more specific? Like, are you looking for certain potions or?
No, I think well, you mentioned rings, so maybe a nice ring would be nice.
Well, we do have rings. She reaches below the counter. She puts the dog down, and the dog starts to run around the store. She pulls out this little tray. It's like, when you go to a jewelry store and they have the wedding rings all like pressed into that velvet silk. She pulls that out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is a collection of our rare rings. It's like you actually do recognize one of the rings is a ring of spell storing because you guys have that.
So does that let you store any kind of spell or a specific kind of spell?
It lets you store it up to level 5 and then cast it later.
How many?
Up to level 5, as in
How many spells?
You can have 5 level 1s or 1 level 2 and 1 level 3 or just any combination up to 5.
It takes an action to use one.
But I have to look at the card.
I think if it takes an action, if the spell would normally take an action, I believe it.
I'm just thinking of ways to break it.
You're not.
See, I'm playing a rogue character anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But
You mentioned potions. Do you have any health potions available for purchase as well?
Yes, I do. How many would you be needing?
Depends. What is the cost per unit?
Well, we have our basic potion. That would run about 50 gold pieces. As you improve, they do get more expensive, but they are also more important, more potent.
Okay. Now, remind me, is the conversion 10 silver equals 1 gold or 100 silver equals 1 gold?
It's 10 silver.
10 silver. Okay. Yeah, I will go ahead and you said 50?
Yes, 50 per potion.
And that was 50 gold per potion, right?
Yes.
You know what? I try to make sure I do the right conversion here. I need to shop for armor. Once I finish that, I know how much total I have. I will come back and I will purchase some health potions.
I would suggest talking to Keely of All Right Arms and Armor.
I will definitely do that.
But you, sir, pointing at Levi, did you see any rings that you wanted? We have a ring of animal influence, evasion, feather fall, protection, resistance, spell storing. And she picks up the last one. It has a ram's horn on it, or like it's carved into a ram's head with like 2 swirling horns out of silver.
Well, how much is like a ring of protection or the feather fall?
Well, for a ring of protection or feather fall, those are considered rare, and therefore, I had it written down. Of course, my sheet went away. Those are considered rare, so they do start at approximately 500 gold pieces.
Oh, very expensive.
Well, a lot of people coming in, and they need to protect themselves, so it's quite in demand.
falling must be very common.
So,
To need so much feather
so do you have anything that's uncommon?
Uncommon. She puts the box away of her nice ones, and she pulls out another. What?
I can just imagine her going, no.
She does pull out, like, instead of like the nice velvet open box display, she pulls out like this loose jumble of rings. It's like they're not very well taken care of. She's not even like pretending to like be ginger with them. She's like how you dig through a box of junk. She's like, well, we have these ring of jumping, swimming. It's like she picks it up, tosses it back in. Water walking, warmth. It's like if you plan on going north, you need this one.
Okay, maybe I should look around and then think about how much do the uncommon cost?
Well, uncommon. You could get this. You could get this ring of these rings for about 100 gold pieces.
100 gold pieces. Okay. All right. I'm gonna sit there and stare at the rings for a while, and the uncommon stuff while they go off.
Okay. Sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
You said you definitely want that diamond dust, correct? And you'll come back
yes.
for the health potions?
Yeah, the diamond dust for sure. I'll go ahead and purchase that now. And then I'm going to go and get the armor. And then once I get a better idea of my budget, I'll come back in here and let you know how many of the health potions I want.
Very good. Hold on while I go into the back. And she leaves Missy out front. Missy's actually sniffing at Katya's foot. And she heads to the back. you hear some shuffling around, and like you hear a couple things like clatter onto the table and a little bit of crunching and grinding before she comes back out with a leather pouch tied. It's like, here you go, 300 gold pieces worth of diamond dust.
Awesome. I will go ahead and hand her the gold, and I will say thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. And you can trust that whenever we are back in town, I will be continuing to do more business with you for more diamonds and jewelry. Hopefully, not as much diamonds, but
Please,
definitely.
no more diamonds. I don't want to buy more diamonds.
Is there anything you would like to buy, sir?
I have a question.
Yes.
Did we ever sell that other stuff we picked up that wasn't immediately money?
No.
Haha, I will also be doing that today.
What do we have? That reminds me.
We
I completely forgot about that.
So when you were referencing silver pieces, Chris,
Huh?
I'm pretty sure I split up the 500 silver pieces between us, right?
I would assume so. I have 100 silver pieces.
I'm going to go with the yes then.
Okay.
All right. I have 6 50 gold piece rubies, a medallion that I think, and I have 2 silver platters. Oh, here we go. Ignore the medallion. A gold and ruby wedding ring, 250 G worth of jewelry, and a platinum and ruby choker that should be worth 750 gold.
Oh, I also have a silver platter, but it doesn't tell me how much it's worth. But that could also be handy to hold on to in case we come across any type of creature. Ooh, that gives me an idea. I'm holding on to the silver platter.
Okay. I'll sell those last.
And well, I got one.
Okay.
So if you want to sell yours, go ahead.
Cool. So I will see if Jula, whose name I do not know as Katya.
Yeah, that's the big problem I have. I always forget to give names. As she walked in, she would have said, "Hello, welcome to Bopples. My name's Jula. How can I help you?" Blah, blah, blah.
Excellent. I now know she is Jula.
Yep.
I will see if she is interested in buying anything.
Well, I do tend to. We do need some. This is some fine-looking jewelry, but you might want to speak with my sister. She tends to handle more raw ingredients. It's like we can definitely turn these around. If you want to use store credit, I think Tula would be more agreeable with that.
200. Thank you. Cool.
I really like this website I found. It searches through all the magic items. You can even search by type.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now, you guys wouldn't find any of these in the store, but like there's a ring of air elemental command, earth elemental, fire, water, ring of wishes.
Ooh. I have a necklace of air elemental or whatever in a different campaign. Not in this one, don't worry.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can turn this stuff into money so I can at least divvy it up amongst us?
Well, I mean, we will buy it at a reduced cost. Store credit be a direct exchange.
Right. Ooh, well, actually, are y'all okay with me turning the rubies into health potions?
I think that would be perfect.
Because that's 6 health potions.
I don't need the rubies.
Yes, that would be acceptable.
Was that the rubies we were talking about using as a suicide bomb?
No, that was the fire necklace.
Oh, those were rubies. Okay.
Ian, are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, what's special about these rubies again?
Nothing. They're
They're
money.
rubies.
Oh, go for it.
So that's the 1d4, right?
That is the 2d4 plus 2.
Ooh. All right. Cool. So we no longer have rubies. The rubies no longer exist.
Okay. And how many health potions did we get?
6.
6.
Yeah.
So one for each of us, and then somebody hold on to.
That sounds good.
Okay.
What are we holding on to?
You get a health potion.
Ah,
Is anybody interested in holding on to a second?
I am not there.
That's true.
But would Lou?
Lou will take it if you want.
So what type of health potion is it?
A basic, a 2d4 plus 2.
All right, because I'm trying to find it in D&D Beyond. I'm having trouble finding it.
It's not
Hard.
under magical. Go all. Or it's not under potions for whatever reason.
Oh,
Weird.
interesting.
Yeah, I've encountered this problem before. It's not under potions.
Yeah, that is odd. I guess it's because it's not super great.
But I think it's just some glitch that happened early on.
Possibly.
Okay. All right. Otherwise, I'll see if I can get the other pieces sold off at like a jeweler so I can turn them into money.
Okay.
In case y'all didn't know, I guess they finally rolled out the feature. D&D Beyond now has like a compartment system with your inventory. So now if you like have a bag of holding, you can dictate specifically what is in your bag of holding, what is specifically in your backpack, what is in your equipment, stuff like that.
That's
Oh.
handy.
Yeah.
I see that. Wild. I can put things in my alms box.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. I think Chris actually, so Chris, Lou, or I should hold the second potion because I think we're the ones who go down the most.
I'd be okay with that.
Does that mean that you shouldn't have the potion, or that you should have the potion?
That we
Indeed.
should have it.
They take
But
the
if
most
you-
damage, so
if you
they'll
go
have the
down.
most need. They'll have the most need.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully we'll take it before we go down.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
Does anybody have a preference on who gets that?
I went ahead and added one to mine. So if you just want to say I took one, I'm okay with that.
So you have 2 total or 1?
I got 2.
Okay, then you took it. Excellent.
Yes.
Alrighty. In which case, I want to go find that All Right Arms.
Does everyone else join her? Or you
I do.
Sure.
does Levi make a decision on the ring
well-
he wants?
I will ask to see if she has a few things here
Okay.
that I completely almost lost here because I had a bunch. Okay, I'm wondering if she. Well, when I'm looking up these, I'm guessing if something says wondrous item, is that going to be more unlikely for her to have it?
Uh,
I think that's very expensive. Ain't it?
Well, it's still listed as uncommon.
okay. What's the item? Okay.
Bag of tricks.
Oh, that she might have. Let's see.
What's a bag of tricks?
It's a bag of tricks.
Fair.
So do you ask her?
I will ask her.
Well, she puzzles and looks in the back. I'm sorry, I think I used to have one, but it was bought just recently.
Okay. A brooch of shielding.
Brooch of shielding. She starts to really dig.
He can break out the obscure stuff.
You did.
She's digging through boxes and boxes, and she's like, "Oh, okay, yes, yes, yes." And she pulls it out. She almost looks like she's got a little bit of dust on her from how far back it was. No one asked for this one before, so yes, we do manage to still have one.
And would that be the 100 gold pieces?
Yes, this one would run about 100 gold pieces.
Okay. Then in that case, sold.
What the hell?
They're upset that it sold.
No. So if it's supposed to be an uncommon item,
Right.
then why is I don't know where some of these things are getting their prices because it's listing it way above even rare. It's like it lists it at a very rare price. It's like that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's good for 100 pieces.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, because that's fine. Will there be anything else?
Not right now, because that took a lot of good chunk of my money.
Understandable. Be feel free to welcome to come back anytime that you would like. Okay. Now does the party move on to all right?
Is there a jeweler on the way?
You could definitely find one. It's more of it's kind of a hole in the wall kind of place. Not even carrying a sign, but by asking the locals, you do find a jeweler.
Cool. If no one minds, I'd like to try and sell that jewelry first so we have money.
That would be perfectly fine.
Where did I put my pencil?
Money is always good, yes.
All right, I will walk in.
Okay, it's practically just someone set up a shack in the middle of an alley. When you walk in, it's very poorly illuminated, and like the only real sources of light are the pinholes in the scraped together roof. So, thankfully, you have dark vision, so you're able to see like the small figure in the back corner, sitting amongst a couple of bags of unknown things because they're closed up tight. Hooded figure sitting back in a rocking chair.
Why is this really familiar? Logan, have we been in here before?
These characters haven't.
Are these
Not that I remember, but I mean, this could be like almost a year ago.
the kobolds?
Kobolds?
Nope.
My people.
Not the right one I'm remembering. Okay.
Are you remembering Critical Role?
Yeah. Hello. Is this the jewelers?
Thought this was the armors.
You said you were going to go to the jeweler first.
Yeah, we wanted money.
Yes.
It's like they just continue to keep rocking.
Do you, by any chance, buy jewelry?
Slow nod.
I will lay out Logan, by the way, I wrote down that we also received an ornate goblet.
Ooh.
Dude, from where?
After we destroyed the specters in the vampire's lair.
Question.
Yeah,
What's the difference between a goblet and a chalice?
size.
Would it potentially be usable with the hero's feast?
That's what I was thinking.
I always write down our loot.
I am so glad you do.
The difference, though, goblet seems to be a more popular word in terming wine glasses or the goblet, whereas chalice is more rich historical feel. So apparently, they're synonyms.
Cool. If that's Chris, are you able to do hero's feast?
I would not yet, but I will at 6th level.
I will not sell that, and you will mark down that you have an ornate goblet.
I will definitely take it.
Sorry, I was like, oh hey, I have an ornate goblet.
I'm sure if I go back and listen, we'll find that. I trust your notes.
Thank you. So I will first lay out the gold and ruby wedding ring that you told me is worth 250.
Yeah, the small figure hops off their rocking chair, and like you hear like the soft padding of feet up to the counter. A gloved hand like grabs it and slides it off the table behind the counter, and you hear like some more raspy breathing. There's no words for it. And then a small bag pops up on the counter.
I will count it.
It's 225 gold pieces.
Okay. I will then put out the 250 gold's worth of jewelry.
The same gloved hand, not revealing any skin, reaches up and like scrapes it all back. You hear like the soft tinkle of the jewelry hitting something behind the counter that you can't see.
Uh-huh.
You hear pawing through it. Another bag pops up.
I
That's
count
another.
it.
That one's 250 gold pieces.
All right, so we have 475 right now. 1 second. And then I will lay out the platinum and ruby choker. Which is typically 750.
Mm-hmm. The
Am I
glove
right?
hand. A very small bag pops up on the counter.
I look in it.
There's not gold in there. It's very similar material to the choker that you put down.
Oh. What is a platinum normally in gold?
1 platinum is 10 gold pieces.
How many are in there?
You count 72.
Okay. Would anybody be liking me to roll for more money, or are we accepting that I'm kind of running this person dry of their cash?
I think we're at a good point, and we might want to save some of it for if we need it, like, at another point.
Okay, well, I want you to know that I've sold like all of our jewels, but I do still have those silver platters.
That's good. I have an idea for those.
Okay, and then I suppose we can hold on to all those different magical items. Because we're definitely not using all of them. So,
Which ones are we not using?
well, I don't think anybody's using the bracers of archery.
Okay.
Lou talked about it.
Okay. Well, we'll just pretend we're all using those. Is anybody using the +1 dagger?
It's a +2.
It's a plus. Oh, it's +2 dagger.
And Meepo had it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, in which case, we have. Oh, 1 second. 1, 5, 1,195 gold.
1,195 gold.
Yeah, let me get a calculator.
I gotcha. 1,195 divided by 5 of us. That is 239 gold each.
All right. We each get 239 gold.
239.
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe I should go back and browse.
I figured that's why I should sell things.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Remember when you were sitting on that great sword that was super valuable?
Yeah. And we never sold it.
No, luckily you did, but it was after you guys lost all your money to
That's
get
right.
Diamond back for Zaris.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, that was the right call.
Right.
Okay.
Well, he's dead now, anyways.
So I am having a lot of trouble trying to figure out how to add a goblet or a chalice to this inventory list now.
Write it in your notes.
That's what I'm going to do.
Other possessions. So down at the either in the notes or down at the bottom of inventory, there's other possessions.
Where do you see that at?
Underneath the attunement items.
I'm not seeing it anywhere. Like I see the option for other possessions, but I see nothing that lets me add other possessions.
Oh, click under it.
Hey, Logan, is that +2 to hit or +2 to damage?
What do you mean click under it?
So right under it where there's the white space, I have text there, but click right under it so you should be able to click on it and add text.
Okay, so here's what I did on the other possessions under the inventory. Yeah, click it, and on to the right of that, it'll pop up where you can enter.
I see that.
I'm glad we worked this out.
What is this thing titled?
Ornate goblet. No other description provided.
What was it worth?
I don't know.
Yeah, you haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
Now this dagger and my rapier do the same average hit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. There we go. Awesome. Glad that got figured out.
I guess the dagger technically has a higher chance to hit, so I'm probably going to use that going forward.
I wish D&D Beyond would allow me to add notes to specific items in my inventory.
There's
All
a
right.
there's a from a gloved hand. Like it taps on the top of it. It's like
What did I do?
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't either.
I can't see, so I think it's asking for more.
What's he want money for?
I don't think I have more.
Nothing to sell.
do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
The you see the little figure walk back towards the corner where that rocking chair was
Uh-huh.
and hop back up. You see the faintest glint of gray.
Very what?
You're not sure. It's really dark in there, so you just see gray.
Oh.
1 second.
Unless you want to look closer. But the figure then sits back in its rocking chair and just starts to
It's the hag.
I really freaking hope not.
Well, I would think that Lou would recognize her.
Is Lou there?
Right.
I thought Katya went in alone.
Oh,
Did I go in alone, guys?
I assumed we all went with
I
her.
thought we went with her.
Okay, then you all see this.
Unless she went in alone or we're outside, I don't know. But if we are, I didn't know.
Did this place have a name?
Nope, it doesn't even look like a permanent structure. It looks like someone just set up a shack in between two buildings.
Well, I will say thank you. We appreciate it. Next time we have jewels, we will come back if you're here.
Slow nod.
And now we can go to the All Right Arms.
Sounds good to me.
Now that we have money.
Yep.
Hey,
All of your eyes have to adjust from being inside. There's a bug.
Okay. Well, should adjust easily enough.
And as you go to All Right Arms and Armor, it's you see black smoke coming from the chimney. There's a strong smell of soot as you enter into the building. It's a very, very open air, but with all the roaring fire has cast almost like a thick layer of soot on everything. You see a black-haired dwarf with a well-braided beard there, and he is on his left hand. It looks like he has some form of metal contraption that replaced it.
hello, excuse me.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, excuse me a second. He puts down the hammer of what he was working with before. Wipes both of his hands off, and then you see him like as he walks forward, you hear a buckling sound as he takes off his left device and reaches below the counter and pulls out another one. It looks more closely to a hand, non-functional, whereas the last contraption looks like it was meant to clamp things on a hitched point, like you would think of it as a giant pair of pliers. But now it's more of like a decorative hand.
Okay.
Can I help you?
Yes, as you can clearly see, my armor has seen better days. I wanted to look at getting something better.
Well, where are my manners? My name's Killy. This is All Right Arms and Armor. We can provide that for you. What type of armor were you looking for?
I need something that's good at protecting, but it's still going to be light enough that I can fly.
Fly.
Yes, and the armor will need to have something that can help with these, and I unfurl my wings.
Okay. Can you carry a lot?
I can carry a decent amount.
Well, what I'm saying is like how much metal can I work with?
Don't know the in-character way of saying it, but it can't be medium or heavier. It needs to be light. So very little metal.
Well,
Just enough to protect all the important bits.
well, he walks over to the wall and he takes off a thing. He like slaps it down on his counter. There's like you hear a slow slap. It's like, well, this is only got studs in it. It's leather armor. It's should be fairly light. It's I can actually like. Do you need it fitted around your wings, or is it like can you turn around real quick?
Yeah, I turn around and with my wings back in, so this way you can kind of get an idea. Feel free to move them around so you can get a better idea of how they're attached.
I forget, Chris. Are you 6 limbs or 4?
6.
I'm
6.
depends on what you consider a limb. My wings are only wings. They are not like
They're
pterodactyl wings that have little claws on them. I have like walking feet. I have hands, and my wings are completely separate of me.
Okay, so 6.
Well, I'll need to touch up the back. It looks like, but that's no big deal. Won't charge extra. I think would this do for you? Would you look for something even lighter?
No, this
Imagine
should
all
do
of it.
nicely. And I don't expect much, but could we knock off a wee bit if I trade in what I am currently wearing? Perhaps you can smelt some of the metal bits down for some extra stuff, or
You
use
have
it for some scrap.
so out of character. You're wearing basic leather, right?
No, I'm wearing studded.
Where'd you get studded?
I mean, it came on my inventory.
I
And
think you let us have things because I started in either chainmail or plate mail.
Then we've been doing your armor wrong this whole time, Chris.
Have we?
Have we?
Yeah, because like, what's your plus to dex?
My plus to dex is 2.
2, and then you had a shield, right?
Yes, I have a shield.
Right, and your AC was 15 before it got damaged.
It was 16, I think, before it got damaged.
I was sure that it was 15. Like,
No, I mean, it was 15 because of it being damaged.
then I definitely remember hitting you for with a 14. So I'll let it. Don't worry about it though.
Okay.
We're alive.
Roll a persuasion check.
Sure. The one thing I probably suck at, persuasion. Okay.
Persuasion. Shame I can't help you.
That's a sucky roll. That is a 5.
Looks like you got either dipped in acid or something acidic got you. So not much to work with there. It'd be more honestly, I would probably just burn it and I don't know, scrap.
All right. Well, I knew it was a long shot. So how much for this armor?
Well, this is brand new, with some rework. 45 gold pieces for the armor.
Okay, 45. I do have a little bit more to work with money-wise. Is there any armor you have that can provide a little bit more protection but still be just as lightweight, or am I dipping into more magical realms at that point?
Well, I do have some magic items as far as weapons and armor. Is whereas basic gear, it's like this is what the best you're gonna do as far as lightweight.
All right, very well. I will accept it, and I hand him the 45 gold.
And when you mention the magic items, I'm gonna ask what type.
Well, we just had this is brand new. He goes and like takes something off the wall. It looks like a giant barbed greatsword with like black wire wrapped around its handle with a red ruby set into the pommel.
Oh, I've already got a good sword. I'm talking more armor.
Okay, well, armor not as much. It's mostly what I get is in trade, but
Do you have anything adamantine or mithril?
those maybe mithril. No, not mithril. Okay, I'm not even sure if I trust this. Because like mithril is supposed to be ungodly expensive. How is it?
How's it uncommon?
Yeah.
What was that sword you listed?
It was a great sword of wounding.
Okay.
The other party would recognize it.
I bet we would.
While you're going through your inventory, I don't suppose you'd be willing to buy an old weapon. And I
Depends.
hold up my old mace.
He checks it over.
It hasn't seen much battle, as I don't really use it all that often. But I did find a better mace, so I don't have much need for it now.
Mm,
Well, the mithril armor is too much. How about either a sentinel shield or just a shield with a +1?
Shields with +1, I definitely have. Let me check for the Sentinel. And for that mace, I could give you 2 gold piece.
I'm perfectly okay with that. Gives me a little bit of a lighter load.
Okay. Now, Sentinel shield.
I'm probably more interested in the other shield. Yeah, definitely. Because I already have advantage. Oh, well, that one gives.
Well, damn.
You right?
Yeah, I'm looking up the shields I was talking to Logan about earlier today, and one of them is very rare.
All right. See, while holding this, you have advantage on initiative and wisdom perception. The shield is emblazed with the symbol of an eye. The shield is made from wood or metal. Okay.
I think I'd rather have the other one. Just a
Yeah.
regular.
So here's a +1 shield will run you. Let's see, he pulls out this this metal shield. It looks like it looks remarkably untouched by the soot. Let's see. Sorry. I am checking so much. +1 shield only uncommon. Neat. This would be 60 gold pieces.
62.
Cool.
Okay, I can take that.
Now you guys realize that with all this cool magic stuff, I can throw harder stuff at you, right?
Yeah.
Me
I feel like
laughs
you-
at your harder stuff.
I want to say we've already had like lots of hard stuff.
Meepo has nothing.
So, click. You sold your mace and you got studded leather.
Yes.
You bought a +1 shield.
Is there a chance he has an animated shield?
Animated shield.
Turns out it's very rare.
Well, no.
Fair. Very fair. How about a +2 shield? As if I need more armor class.
Get ready for deck saves.
Yeah,
I'm still squishy and weak.
me too.
Don't go too hard.
Does he have another +1 shield?
Oh yeah, those are easy to make. They let the apprentices practice on those for the college. So,
Cool. I'll take one of those.
all right, 60 gold pieces.
Alrighty.
Being
Hand it over.
Someone who knows a lot about armor and weapons. We've come across an enemy that we've never dealt with before, something that was living yet also dead. Do you know of any particular weapon types that may be beneficial against those type of things besides magic?
Besides magic, well, you're getting into the peculiar and strain of material properties. It's like there's some creatures that don't like silver,
Sorry.
and then adamantine would be another thing that some creatures don't like.
I pull out the silver platter and I say, we have a few more of these about this size. Would it be possible to smelt it down to coat a blade and make it more effective against such creatures as something that we could have as a backup?
Yeah, that's possible. It's you're providing the materials, so that would be helpful. It's are you also providing the sword?
I don't use a sword. We do have a
No.
member that uses daggers.
Well, we've got that, and I've got an extra long sword in case we want to consider that.
That may be a better option. So I turn to Kat and I say, "Would you like it if we have this person coat your longsword in silver, in case we run across any enemies that may require that type of weaponry to be effective?"
I mean, in case if y'all are interested in that, yeah, I have no problems with it.
Well,
So how much to smelt down the plates and cover her longsword?
well, it's a question of purity, and
Fair.
there's two ways of going about it. It's I can either combine the silver into an oil, like for your sharpening oil, and you could coat your sword that way. That would make it a temporarily more effective against those kinds of creatures. And if I was to actually take the sword, rework it, mix it, and make it into an alloy, that would last a lot longer, but would possibly damage the sword. So a bit tricky. You've got to have the right balance of steel and silver, so that way you maintain both properties. Because a silvered edge would wear down pretty quick.
I turn over to Kat, and Kat, this is your sword. What do you prefer?
Go for it. I'm willing to take that risk
Go for it.
because, I mean, I've got a new sword.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, if I think we would be willing, depending on the cost, to pay just a little bit more if it requires more material.
Actually, do that because this is actually a damaged sword. I just remembered.
Oh, ooh, same thing that gets your armor, get this sword.
Yeah. I'm realizing it might not be an effective sword anymore. I'm sorry, Chris.
It's a -1 sword, so he could still repair it and
Yeah.
and do stuff like that. This is this is actually quite a bulk of material that I would break down anyways.
Cool.
So, how much for this?
Well, you're providing all the materials, so that's essentially just comes down to labor. Be a night of constant work, getting. So I would put it at 50 gold pieces if you want it tomorrow.
I look over at Kat.
Surprisingly affordable.
I don't know if we need it by tomorrow, but I also am not going to say no. I'm willing to split this price with you.
I'll be happy to fork in half.
Cool. So 25 from each of us.
All right, it'll be ready by tomorrow.
Okay. I'm gonna kick myself later for this, but I know you mentioned one sword. Hold on. Actually, let me check the rarity of these items.
I mean, you can ask, and he could tell you the price.
Oh, this one's not. This is just rare, a Sunblade.
Sunblade. Man, you all have a lovely taste.
We have seen some not so lovely people.
Actually, this would, if I did get a Sunblade, this would take care of the exact situation we're thinking of.
And then we'd never see a vampire again.
Probably. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Honestly, we probably weren't going to see a vampire again anyway.
But hey, outside of game, silver works for a lot of creatures outside of vampires, like hags.
It does.
Doesn't a Sunblade look like
For
a
certain
lightsaber
hacks, yes.
of things?
Oh,
Yeah.
it might.
Looks like a lightsaber.
I haven't seen a Sunblade in a long time, and it was you see him like get lost in his thoughts. It's like there was a trip I took over to the Moonshine Isles. It's like they've got some master craftsmen over there. As long as you can be on the good side of those giants, it's he pauses for a second and looks at Katya's armor.
Yes.
You haven't been there, have you?
I'm going to say no, unless Katya has been, Logan.
No.
But if it, cool. No.
He walks forward. He takes off his decorative attachment and pulls something out. It's a complex, like almost like a rake like design with like bits of like glass on each end of the rake. He's like, "Would you mind holding out your arm, please?" It's like he starts lining up the glass, and you see him put his eye up to it, and he's like looking very intently at the inlay on the armor.
Do you know something about this?
No.
No.
Oh. He gets very noticeably excited. Where did you get this? Ooh, he keeps flipping through his stuff. He's going all around you, Kat.
Well, we were in the Misty Woods, and I'm pretty sure my god Lathander led us to this crypt.
You were in the Misty Forest when you found this?
Is that where we were, guys?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
DM says no.
No, we
Maps
were
are hard.
on the way north. We were near the Maple place, Swinton. We were outside of Swinton. Hold on, let me go back in my notes.
You were in the High Forest.
High Forest. My bad. You're so
They
close.
border each other.
Oh, this is giant. This is giant make. Oh.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to assume that also means he can't fix the jewel.
No, I have. I could study this for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't be able to match. He's like he's. It's like every single line that is on Katya's armor, he is tracing, looking at it. It's like look, and he's like he very awkwardly tries to get the magnifying glass array up into Kat's eyes. You see that? Look. Can you read that? It's
No.
like very almost microscopically small. It's like you see carved into the inlay very small, strange lettering.
Oh,
Fancy.
well. If I ever want to sell my armor, I know where to come.
Yes. You want to sell it?
No, not right now. I really do like, yeah.
You don't have enough coin for it. I'll take the whole shop.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can stand here a little while and let you look.
He just starts going around it again. As he gets more and more excited, he gets like clumsier and clumsier with like how he's handling it. He's following a path down your leg, and like it goes around the tip of your shoe, and he lifts it up.
I kind of look at everybody else like,
I look at her and say, "It's okay. People have done this to me a lot. You get used to it."
you know, that's absolutely fair, Click. That's absolutely fair.
And it's like he keeps following the inlay around, and he finally comes up to like the center chest piece where the crystal is.
hmm
Damn it! It's a shame that it's broken.
Yeah, I think so too. Do you think those giants at the Isles with the Sun Sword would be able to fix it?
He's like just stunned. Yes. He's
Okay. Gonna want to
Whoa.
go to the Moonshine Isles at some point.
It's like if you look at your map, when he refers to the moon, like you are currently here in Waterdeep. Do you see that?
Yeah.
These are the Moonshine Isles.
That's a lot bigger than anticipated, but that's not too far. Does he know where in the Moonshine Isles he saw the Sunblade?
That was there was a giant apprentice working on it. It's beautiful.
Cool.
Are you sure you don't want to sell?
For now, yes. Should I ever change my mind, I promise to come back.
Okay. I appreciate that. I'm sorry for losing my composure. It's this to see giant work made for a humanoid. It's beyond rare.
Oh, I am gonna ask him if he's heard of that guy.
Marcon?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. It's like he kind of blushes. Is like the you all know the song, right?
I look around at my companions. Do I know the song?
History check.
It's gonna
Everybody.
be a strong
History.
no.
I'm afraid I'm not from this region, so I may not have heard the song yet.
I feel like I'm probably just not making the connection because my history is a 5 because I have a -2.
He has Lou has a 0.
We're doing
Plus
great.
0.
I mean, I could go ahead and try and roll one, but
Do it.
I'd say you could have it at disadvantage.
I'd
An
be okay.
11.
Like, I feel like that makes sense. I have a +4 naturally. That's an 11 total. I rolled a 10 and a 7.
Would
So
we
you
better?
guys have definitely heard the name Marcon before.
Yeah.
Many millennia ago, there was a hero named Marcon. He was of the Fighting Four. In plated steel, and with twin blades, he would bring to heal. I never thought I'd see it. It's like I thought it was lost.
With or he brought twin blades to heal.
Marcon stood in plated steel, used twin blades to bring to heal.
Ah, thank you. Well,
I'm very sorry. I wish I knew how to work on it, but it's like those giants are master craftsmen that do not want to share their knowledge.
Understandable.
it works pretty well as armor.
Well, that just speaks to their level of work, even when broken. It's
Well, does anybody else need anything?
No, I'm good. I got a bunch.
I think I'm okay.
I am in prison.
You
What
sure
about Lou?
are.
I do
It-
not want to lose money without permission.
okay.
Is there any way?
Anyway,
Pardon, I apologize. Is there any way for us to get Meepo out of jail?
so
He
also
has to serve one day.
Ah,
and pay a fine.
ah. Is there anything Meepo would want us to pick him up?
You'd like you to pick him up out of prison.
We can do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Are we allowed to visit him in prison?
You haven't tried.
They didn't really ask. I said he just needed some time to stew after his misdeeds.
Well,
Meepo did nothing wrong.
that's arguable, but I suppose after this, if we're done here, I might go visit Meepo.
You still wanted that silver sword, right?
Oh, yeah, I already took the money out of my.
Well, I'll get right on that, and it'll be ready tomorrow.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Is there anything else that I can help you with?
No, because the other thing I was looking at is a legendary item.
You could always see if he had it.
If he didn't have the rare one, or the very rare one, I don't think he'll have legendary.
Well, maybe he could point you in the right direction. Give you some lore to it.
What was it even? The Defender longsword.
The defender? Do you actually ask him this?
Why not?
No.
I didn't think so. I guess I meant more if he knew anything about it.
Well, to the north, I think I heard a story once of they had it was a elven paladin. I think she carried the defender once. That is a divine creation. It's probably, if it's not with her final resting place, it's in some dragons.
Do you know where her resting place is?
I don't know if I feel
We'll go dig
comfortable.
her up.
I don't think I feel comfortable as a half elf paladin myself doing that.
They're just bones.
I think the golden rule is 7 years and it becomes an archaeological dig.
Only 7?
I think so. I remember hearing it's not very long.
What?
Or no, excuse me. It's not 7. It's when there's no direct living descendant.
Well, we sure screwed over a lot of people here in America.
Good times.
Anyway, because that's definitely true, but
Okay.
yeah.
But
Somebody was saying it was 7, and then an actual archaeologist responded with when there's no longer a living descendant.
that
If you can't identify the body,
I guess if there's
can't
no one
know
left
there's
to,
any.
I suppose it's a mourning thing. If there's no one left to mourn,
Okay.
I'll look that up later. But do you all leave all right arms and armor?
ye.
Yes.
I don't think Lou would be happy with wanting to dig up a body. That seems like something a shaman would not want to do.
As you walk out, you see him replace his magnifying glass arm with with what looks like that plier application that he wore before. He buckles it on, and then he locks it, starts to disassemble the sword that you left him.
Cool.
All right, so what do you all do now?
Sit in prison.
I go to visit Meepo.
Does anyone else go?
I suppose I'll go. See how he's doing and see if maybe he needs anything.
Did we have any other plans?
Not really. I think we knocked them all out.
I think we need more side quest / main quest.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna go.
They did say that when we turned in the quest, that what we had done, there might be some extra need for it. There might be a continuation. There we go. That might be the proper word.
Well, I'm just gonna start exploring the town. Maybe I'll. Are there any other? Whereas the white spire is a wizard thing. Is there kind of a place where sorcerers would go?
You can ask around.
Like an arcade.
Yeah, you know, something. Well, if there's a wizarding school, maybe there's something more for sorcerers, and so I'll ask around and see if there's kind of the kind of magic district.
So, as you talk to the common person, whenever you mention magic, they start to point you in the direction of the White Spire. It seems like the majority of, and I'm not going to say monopoly, but the White Spire has a pretty strong grip on things that are created magically here, like, and as far as academia and tutelage. Sorry,
Well, there's obviously you could start a business. There's obviously a need for a sorcerer hangout spot.
So no real place. All right, so I'll just go and hang around the White Spire area.
Okay, by yourself.
Yeah.
Loitering.
Okay, and everyone else goes to check on Meepo.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's you spent most of the day shopping, and like the sun has gone down pretty far. Definitely around dinner time when you all come in to the place. There's a gruff looking guard there sitting, like he's laid back in his chair, not a care in the world. You'd almost expect he was snoring if he didn't pop one eye open at you guys. How can I help you?
You're holding one of our friends here. We just want to check and see if we can visit with him to see if he needs anything in town while he's serving his time.
You're gonna give him something?
No.
Well, when he gets out, it's not like
We're giving him anything now. We're just running a few errands and wanted to see if he needed us to pick him up anything.
What do you do?
I believe he is in trouble for burglarizing or breaking and entering.
Well, he should be out in the morning, so I don't think you need to visit him.
Can we pop in and say hi?
What's his name?
Meepo.
He's a kobold, very feisty. Believes he doesn't do anything wrong.
Very
Kind of hard to
pa-
forget him.
Very passive aggressively is flipping through his book.
Have you had dinner yet?
Why?
Well, I know when I was a guard, that often didn't give us good dinners. I was wondering if you wanted a better dinner.
Maybe some soup or some steak, some veggies,
What is-
berries.
Well, they'll bring my dinner around at the right time. It's like I can't leave my post.
Oh, of course not. We wouldn't expect you to.
No, that's not what I was. Yeah.
When is your post over? Or when is your shift over?
It's about. He looks outside. About 2 hours from now.
Well, we may not be able to bring you anything, but I lay down a gold and I say, but maybe we can treat you to something.
So much more than I was planning to. Oh my goodness.
He looks at it. What are you trying to do?
Nothing. I just feel bad if somebody hasn't eaten a lot or has been just eating something very plain. And especially being a jailer, I imagine that not everybody is very happy here when you bring them in, nor compliant. So I would assume that would probably just make the whole day pretty miserable. So I figured even though I can't bring something in the middle of the day to make it better, maybe I can at least treat you to something to make the end of the day better. And so you can go to bed with a happy note rather than kind of a sad note.
Yep. And that's it. And we're leaving now.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right. So if you guys just walk out.
Yep.
Yeah, because I am not about to be charged with bribery.
All right. If you guys just walk out, you do see him slide the gold to him.
Okay.
So what do you guys do after that?
So just for the record, the main reason why I did that is because now it brings my gold total to 300 instead of 301.
My goodness. I was going to give him
Okay.
5 silver because that felt like less of a bribe.
Weird thing to try to go to prison for, but all right.
Well, also, like I said, I'm just trying to figure out the right way to play this, but I would assume that in the air elemental world, there's not really such a thing as property. There's a lot of sharing that's going on. So Click doesn't really have much idea about the value of money.
Kat was definitely trying to bribe him, but she was going to do like 5 silver or 3 silver because that felt like less problematic.
And you're all gonna end up in jail.
That's what I was worried about after the 1 gold went down. I was like, oh, we're going to leave now.
Meepo will laugh at you.
I can't say we tried bribery if we didn't stick around to actually obtain the bribe.
Exactly.
Attempted.
Exactly.
It was a donation.
It was a tip.
I mean, heck, like part of my whole thing is I have an alms box.
Although, if he's like other government employees today, he cannot accept tips. So it's illegal on his part.
But would it be attempted as a bribe? So therefore it's still illegal. Not like a failure to bribe is still illegal to attempt. I don't know.
It wasn't a bribe.
Huh.
Meepo hopes you go to jail for it.
So
we
what do
can
you
have
guys do
company.
now after you leave? Do you meet up with Levi?
Yeah, why not? I've got nothing else to do.
Okay.
I get a sense that we're becoming pretty stagnant. So Click is going to go back to the guild hall
Uh-huh.
and kind of ask about the quest that got turned in and just see if there's anything that he thinks maybe the party would be interested in.
Okay, you go to the Black Hand?
Yeah.
All right. Assume Lou would go with you. So is that what you're going to do for the rest of the night?
I mean, it depends on how long it takes. I don't know. But yeah, if it's going to take the rest of the night, then I'd do it.
Well, you can get up to some carousing if you wanted to try that.
What do you mean?
I mean, there's a carousing table that if you were just like, screw it, we'll have a night on the town.
You stand on the table and you do the can.
I think that is an option.
I mean, sure, I guess.
I'm trying to find that. All right. Can everyone that wants to carouse roll a D100 for me?
Are we
Sure.
all back together again?
Can I carouse the prison?
No, I think I met back up with you,
Okay.
and Click and Lou went to the Black Hand.
Okay.
I got a 35.
Okay. Are you rolling for Lou?
I can. So Click has 35. Lou has 83.
Are we going carousing, Levi?
Only if you pull me away, because I'm still enamored by the magic.
Are you just staring at it?
I'm just watching, seeing if I can pick anything up.
All right, Kat doesn't know this, but Laura knows that this is not how magic works. Or at least not sorcerers. So I'm gonna look at Levi and be like, "How come you can't talk to your god person and learn more magic?" That's how I do it.
Because I don't have a god person that talks to me.
You have that unicorn person. Do they not talk to you?
Well, no, I sometimes get a sense through my sword, but that's about it. Kind of like emotions through the sword.
Okay. I feel like I can relate to that as Katya thinks of like emotions through the sky. But I rolled a 75.
But as far as talking, no.
Huh. Well, I don't think the building's going to talk to you either.
Yes, but it's they're sitting there, they're moving their hands, and things are happening, and
Can he see them?
and they're saying words and stuff like that, like they're studying in the books, whereas all of mine just I think about it and it happens.
So are you actively watching people through a window right now, or are you just staring at the building?
Well, I'm hoping that they're maybe doing something outside, things like that.
I definitely pictured you just staring at a building.
You know, the classic of like the intrepid traveler who wants to be part of the academy, but they don't let him in. So he's like, "Well, I'm just going to stay here until you do."
well, and this is what I picture, because my sorcery spells came naturally to me,
Right.
and the wizard spends all their time studying,
Right.
which I didn't have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to attempt to study them to see if I can get anything, but of course, since I only have a 10 intelligence, I'm just not getting it.
You're
Right.
doing so much better than me. Why
I
is mine so low?
mean, you're a big beefy gal, right? What's your strength?
17.
Yeah.
My strength is 8.
So I've got a 6 intelligence.
In other words, I can barely move with my armor.
Here we go.
Actually, that might be a thing depending on what you're wearing.
Yeah.
It is. I think is it half plate.
Can you wear armor?
Yes,
As a
hexblade warlock.
Ah,
you're wearing half plate, aren't you?
I am wearing half plate.
it might be a little too heavy for you.
Yeah. You might have screwed that up. You need no, there's actually not a strength requirement on this according to mine.
Nice.
So that only kicks in at heavy.
Yep.
Fair enough. Well, did you want to go do other things, or are you gonna stare at the building some more?
I'll go ahead and get frustrated. I'll say, okay, let's go.
Okay, we
'Cause-
can try again tomorrow.
Because I imagine I've been there for a while and just not picking it up, so I'm getting frustrated.
Staring
Okay.
at buildings.
Roll a D100 for me, please. We'll go through your night on the town.
What if we try and find you some magic books to study tomorrow, Levi?
But I hate reading.
Well, that's what studying is.
I got a 66.
Ooh.
All right. So, meeting up, this is how you guys spend the rest of your night. Meeting up at the Black Hand, Click is asking people about. It's like the quest. It's like, well, whatever happened to that? It says, well, I heard. It's like through very slurred speech. because these people with pretty much had, a chicken with their wine. It's the whole joke of why don't you have a little potato with your butter?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, they were having a little chicken with their wine.
I see.
Yeah. Well, I heard that they're taking it pretty seriously. They're bringing in the scouts. They're supposed to fly in any time now.
Huh.
Yeah, you see any in the sky, Mr. Birdman? And he gives a big push to you.
Very well
No,
done.
I don't think I
Good
have
push.
seen anybody in the sky lately. In fact, I didn't think other creatures outside of my kind were able to fly.
Oh, they come in. They come in. He grabs you on both sides. They come in on wyverns. Wyverns. Those are so. Oh, I'm so jealous of those damn scouts. Why can't I be a scout? Why? He's just like he's belligerently drunk at this point. Huh? It's like they get to fly. Why can't I fly? And he's like he starts pushing you, very very roughly, and he pushes Click into Lou. Lou,
Great moment for calm emotions.
yeah. Well, Lou's already
I
feeling.
think I need cure poison for this one.
Lou, not just because for what you guys rolled on the table, this is how it'll work out.
What?
Enters into his rage, and suddenly the hall erupts into chaos as Lou punches the guy across the chest, rolling into another group of people. And before you know it, there's cups flying, there's plates. It's like everyone was definitely drinking too much.
Click will have no idea what's going on and work to swivel around and back himself into a corner.
Yeah. And Katya and Levi, he got a 66. And what did Kat get?
75.
75. Whereas the middle of the room has burst into this roaring fight, pretty much like sucking everyone into it, as like everyone's having a good time. You see Sinjak in there. You see Lou. Clicks over in a corner. Levi. There seems to be some people just completely oblivious to it all, playing cards at a table, and you go over there. Can you roll 2d4 for me?
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was horrible. 3.
3. Well, it wasn't too bad actually. They're playing a very familiar game from your homeland. It's like you saw some of the older kids play it, so you know the rules inside and out, and they let you join. And you actually walk away from the gambling table with 3 extra gold coins.
Yeah.
Huh?
Cool.
Katya, this fight is above you. It's you're pretty much right next to Click. But whereas Click is kind of hiding behind you a little bit, nonchalant. And then as the fight keeps going, people start to break off from it, and people get along the wall. There's one. He's clearly a bit drunk. He's like, "Who are you?" He's doing that really drunk, kind of squinting.
Katya, who are you?
Trevor,
Hey, Trevor.
have you been here before? It's not always like this.
Since we got the previous quest, I'm going to go with a yes.
Oh, I didn't see you.
It's cool. It was very brief. I didn't see you either.
Mm, I'm not very noticeable. It's kind of a good thing. Lets me hear all the gossip.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
got anything good?
Well, you see another group of people. There's a wood elf and a man, uh, and a human man on the other side of the room. Those two over there. Secret relationship. The council. I hear one of them has got a couple of illegitimate kids.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like it's the guy from the Northeast. Oh, what was his name? I've got this in my notes. Jim Somerset.
Jam Somerset?
Jim.
Oh, I've heard about him.
Well, yeah. He's a council member.
That's fair. Wow, I would not have expected him to have illegitimate children.
Mm-hmm. He can't stay away from the whorehouses.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm going on and on.
No, it's okay. I don't talk much myself.
I could tell. He starts shaking his head a bit more. I don't know if it was the wine or the punch to the head.
Could be a little bit of both.
Could be. I'm gonna go lay down.
Hold on. Hold on. Do I have ye? I'm gonna
That's
cast
worth it.
Luster Restoration on him.
Whoa. Oh, like that definitely took the headache.
There we go.
Whoa.
Have
How'd
a
you do
better.
that?
My god, Lathander has given me good powers where I can help people.
Well, that's great.
I hope you have a better night.
Yeah, I hope you stick around. That's very useful.
It has been.
Good night.
Night. I found out gossip, guys.
Yeah. And that pretty much breaks off your night. You guys are free to stay at the Black Hand if you want. Or you can return to the Green Dragon Inn.
I'm gonna return to the Green Dragon Inn.
Yeah, I think let's go back there since we already had a room there.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So everyone pays their night fee. It's a I think I said it was 2 gold pieces last time, and that's room and board.
Okay.
All right. You all sleep through the night. Whatever headaches you would have had from your wine and fights are gone. And what do you do in the morning? Do you go pick up Meepo?
Yeah. I'll head on over.
Okay. Does anybody else go with him?
Yee. I'll grab some breakfast and then go.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna sit down and eat breakfast, and I will not go.
Okay. So breakfast is buttered scones, eggs, and with You wouldn't drink milk. And some sliced fruit.
I definitely grab some of the fruit and just kind of have it in my hand and eating it while I walk.
Okay. So everyone but Levi shows up at the prison. You go to the same place that the other guard was. It's somebody else though. It's like this guy looks a bit more chipper. He's like he bit younger, and skinnier. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Here
we
for
have
some. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, you're fine. Yes, our friend was told that he needed to stay a day and a night here. We just wanted to see if he was good to leave or if there's another time that we should come back to get him.
Was it the drunk tank?
No, though that probably still would be a pretty good place. No, it's the Kobold, Meepo, in case you have two.
He flips
Or I
through.
think of it, I've never seen two kobolds in one place. Huh.
He flips through his book.
Have you seen a cobalt before, Meepo?
The
I don't
one at
think
the
so.
jewelry place you guys went to.
Was that a kobold?
I thought you
We
said
don't
it
know.
was.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you said it was at the jewelry place.
No, that was me remembering wrong. I was thinking of Critical Role.
No. Don't watch it.
I don't see a Meepo.
What?
Yeah, look. He turns his book around and shows it to you all. It's
Do
like,
you have a cobalt?
no kobold. No kobold named Meepo.
Hey, look at everybody else. Isn't this where we were told to get him?
I think so. I know he was arrested for burglarizing. I turned to Lou. Lou, because of who he attempted to burglarize, would there be another place that they would hold him?
No. It's like they were hauled off, but he was hauled off by the guard, so they should have brought him here, right?
I would assume so. Oh, let me see. I say, give me just a few seconds, and I kneel down and I pray and I say, Serenetta, we need your help. Please bring this message to Meepo. And I cast sending. And I say, Meepo, we're at the jail. Told you aren't here. Are you safe? Where are you?
If this doesn't work, I'm going to try locate object.
Hopefully that will work.
We bribed the guard for nothing.
We made him look at us in a good way.
Debatably.
Shh, totally. Positive spin on things.
There we go. This
I
is
hate
good.
that sending is a level 3 spell.
Yeah, it is rough, but it is very helpful.
It is. It's definitely a good utility spell.
Yeah. What items did we give Meepo?
I don't know.
I'll ask. He has the necklace of fireballs, doesn't he?
I think he does.
All right, I'll locate object on that. If need be.
Sounds good.
I am also very sleepy.
Yes, I am exhausted.
He's rolling for something.
0 successes. Maybe Meepo just died. Hi, Cooper Cat. Hi, Cooper Cat. Meow. Let me hold you. Come here.
I don't think Cooper Cat wants to be held.
Well, he wants to lay on my lap under the blanket, but me picking him up and holding him on my lap is not the same. But I don't know why. But if I pick him up and I'm standing, it's acceptable. You're a
Because he's a strong, independent cat that needs no human.
Ooh,
So
Okay.
25 words or less.
Chris.
Eric.
Oh,
I already sent my 25 words.
Right.
what'd you say exactly?
I said, Meepo, we are at jail and told you're not here. Are you okay? Where are you?
meow.
And reply to this message.
With a couple meows thrown in.
I'm naked in some sort of sewer in a cage. I woke up here.
No!
They took me from the prison.
Oh no!
I read this message. I think Meepo's in trouble. He's saying he's in the sewer in a cage. He said they took him from the prison, but he didn't specify who they are.
He's with the tiny people thieves
The tiny what?
from last campaign.
But we don't know about them.
I know. But if he also is naked, it means he doesn't have the objects. I can still try locate object.
Time is a flat circle.
Time.
I turn to the guard and say, our friend just told us that he was taken from the jail and he is being kept and locked in sewers. What is the nearest way to get in?
Who do I need to sue?
He seems a bit stunned.
How dare you not protect our friend? I thought this was a royal official capacity. Well, I don't know about royal, but I thought this was official professional place.
What are you all talking about?
I look at Kat and say, we will have words with them and the hierarchy later, but first we got to make sure Meepo is safe. How do we get into the sewers?
He's like, well, shit rolls downhill, I guess.
Fine. And I start making way.
And you want to cut it off there?
Yeah.
It'd be good. It's getting late. I don't want to, but I should.
I have to go to work in an hour.
Yeah.
Oh.
Leave for work.
You're still stuck in a sewer.
That's okay. I'm back at the inn still.
Oh yeah, you got to go get Levi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Things did not end just because your characters died.
I know. I was just hoping we wouldn't have to encounter it.
My character ended.
All
I
right.
mean, if Meepo fell into a trap, basically.
Meepo did nothing. Meepo
Poor
was persecuted, and you guys let them do this to him.
Poor Meepo. We probably should. So the thing is I wonder if we had pushed more to see you yesterday, if you still would have been there.
Well, because you missed the last session, I ended the last session with Meepo being gassed.
Oh. So the answer is no.
Probably no.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and I will see you all sometime next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see
Yeah.
how
Have
the
fun in Ohio.
rescue mission goes.
All right. Bye, y'all.